Hi, this is Krista at the Secret Yarnery. Today we are making bubble skirts. Bubble skirts are so quick and so easy. They are removable, so you can put them on any color bauble that you like. And these are just a standard plastic baubles you can buy really inexpensive at your local stores. You can use any yarn at all, whatever you have on hand, and they really help dress up your baubles to match whatever color scheme you have going on, or also just to make them look fancy without all of the stitches and hard work that goes into making a completely covered bauble. And yes, if you'd like to follow along with a written pattern, they're available over on my website, secretyarnery.com. And you don't have to worry about being able to read a pattern. All of my patterns are written in plain English, just like I was sitting there right beside you. What you'll need to make these bauble skirts is yarn. I'm using Rockabilly by Ice Yarns. It has a nice sheen to it. It's 50 grams and 125 meters. I'll put a link to this in the description box down below. I'll be using a 4mm crochet hook, and you'll also need a darning needle and a pair of scissors. So let's get started. So start by making a slip knot, whichever way you normally do. You can leave a bit of a tail, but we're going to work over it and cut it off. Shrink it down and put it onto your hook. Chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now we're going to slip stitch into the very first chain that we made. So we're not counting this knot, it's the first V right after the knot. And we're going to go right into that bottom part of that chain, because we want 2 strands of that chain on the top part of our hook. So push your hook in to your first chain, hold your tail down along your work, and slip stitch to join. Chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now we're going to work into the next chain, and we're going to work around our tail. If it's difficult to work around your tail, you can sew it in later. And we just want to check our stitches. We have 6 of these nice V's around our ring. So there's our number 6, number 5, number 4, number 3. Here is number 2. And this is number 1 right there. So if you're coming back from your chain, there's a little kind of blump in there. Ignore that. We're going into the first chain, and we want to go into the bottom part of that chain. So again, we get 2 strands of that chain on our hook. So we're going to go in right there. Looking for more left-handed crochet tutorials? There are more than 160 of my easy left-handed tutorials in this playlist right here. So push your hook into your first chain and make 1 single crochet. And chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Into the next chain right here. So we've gone into this chain, we're going to work into the next and make 1 single crochet. And we're going to do this all the way around. Each chain is going to get a chain 6 and a single crochet. So into the next stitch, 1 single crochet. And chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The next chain right here, 1 single crochet. And try to work over that tail if you can. And chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Into the next chain right here, 1 single crochet. And chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now into the next chain, this little one right here. You see how it's kind of shrunken up? You want to go into that chain and make 1 single crochet. Chain 6 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We can cut that tail so it's a bit out of our way now. It won't block us. So into this next little stitch right here, we're going to go into the bottom part, so we get 2 strands of that stitch on the top of your hook, and we're going to slip stitch to join. So push your hook in and slip stitch. Pull that loop up a little bit, pull your hook up, and we're going to slip stitch into the chain. We want to work our way into the center of this next little petal. So into the next chain, working our way along, 1 loose slip stitch. You don't want it to be really tight. Pull your yarn up a little bit again and slip stitch into the next chain. And 1 more slip stitch. So we're going to do 3 slip stitches, nice and loose, just to get ourselves into the center of that petal. Just like that. Put your hook into the center of that petal and make 1 single crochet. And chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Into the next petal, 1 single crochet. So we're just jumping straight over into the center of the next petal and making 1 single crochet. Chain 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Into the center of the next petal, 1 single crochet. Chain 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Into the center of the next petal, 1 single crochet. Chain 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Into the center of the next petal, 1 single crochet. And chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Single crochet into the next petal. And chain 8 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now into that first single crochet we made right here, we want to slip stitch to join. So push your hook in and slip stitch. So this is what it looks like so far. Now we're going to join it up into the skirt. So we're going to slip stitch into this chain. We need again to get into the center of that chain. So I'm going to go straight into the very first chain. So that very first one. We don't want this to be tight. We want it to stretch the same as the regular chains. So we're making loose slip stitches. There's 1. Now pull up your hook a little bit so you have extra yarn. 2. So we're slip stitching 1 into every chain. We want to do 4 slip stitches. We want to make sure we get right into the 4th chain. And nice and loose. And then, so once we're in the center, put your hook into the center of that petal and make 1 single crochet. Chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Into the center of the next petal, single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Into the center of the next petal, 1 single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to keep doing this all the way around. Single crochet into the petal and chaining 3 to get to the next petal. 1, 2, 3. Single crochet into the next petal. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Single crochet into the next petal. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. And now we're back to where our chain is a bit thicker, where we did those slip stitches. So now look at your work, kind of roll it around so you can see where we joined. We have a single crochet right here at the top. And that gives us a really nice place to slip stitch to. So just look for that first single crochet you made into the space. You'll see that yarn looping into the center of your petal. We want to go into that single crochet. So push your hook into the single crochet and slip stitch to join. There is our slip stitch. Chain 1, and now into the very same stitch, so right here, make 1 single crochet. So we have this little dome now. We're going to work around this ring, so just keep an eye on it. We were just working around the top of our bowl, of our little dish. So now into each of these spaces going around, get 4 single crochets just into the space. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Into this stitch, into that single crochet, right there, 1 single crochet. So we're making a single crochet into the stitch and 4 single crochets into each space, working all the way around our skirt. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Into the single crochet, 1 single crochet. Into the space, 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Into the stitch, 1 single crochet. Into the space, 4 single crochets. 2, 3, and 4. Into the stitch, 1 single crochet. So we're going to keep going like that all the way around. We have 2 more spaces to finish up. So 4 single crochets into the next space. 2, 3, and 4, and 1 into the stitch. Into the space, 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now we're back to where we started this round. So we're going to look for that first single crochet that we made right here. Right at the top. We're going to slip stitch to join. So slip stitch, chain 1 to secure your yarn. Cut your yarn. You want to leave enough of a tail to sew in a little bit. Pull your hook up and your yarn through and snug that down to secure. Now go ahead and thread your needle. We want to poke that down, so I'm just going to go back down into the next stitch and get into that fat part. And now I'm going to work my yarn under just a couple stitches. We don't want to take it too far away because it'll take away the stretch of our skirt, and then back the opposite direction. So leaving a stitch behind and bringing it back. Just about 3 stitches or so. Stretch it out and cut your yarn. Now you can go along this last row and kind of even out where that single crochet is into the center of your last row of petals, like that. And go ahead and grab your bobble. Inside it out, we want the pretty side out, so that just means this nice little row of V's along the bottom. And look for your chain 6 in the center. We want to line that up with the bobble. Push it around your bobble, it'll fit just right. Get your fingers into those little petal areas and you pull that skirt down. It'll be a nice snug fit. And there is your ornament bobble skirt. How sweet is that? So you can put any color underneath and you can switch it up from year to year. If yours was a bit too snug to fit on top of your bobble, you can do an extra chain along our last row. So instead of doing a chain 3, you can try a chain 4, but you do also want it to be snug enough that it will stay on your ornament and not shrink up. But that is where you would do your adjusting if your baubles are a smudge bigger than mine, or if you just have a difficult time putting it onto your ornament. I'm so glad that you hooked along, and we'll see you in the next video. Stay hooked.